Hello there, welcome to my channel. I'm Angela from artovi.com. I have another fun fold for you today. As usual, my prototype didn't go too brilliantly, mainly because the card I used was too thick. There are a lot of layers on this card. So this is an overlapping fun fold because it has two flaps that open up, but because the paper I used was so thick, I used 300 GSM and I really shouldn't have. So what I've done is I've had to secure it with some Velcro because it wouldn't really stay down. So, but that's an option as well. You can secure it with a Velcro strip or a magnet if you want, but it sort of opens out like that. It's not difficult to make, but there is quite a bit of measuring and cutting to do with a little bit of scoring as well. So the first thing you need is the base. I'm just using fairly thin cardstock, but the base, to be honest, it can be any size and you can adjust the other measurements to match. It's quite easy to do. But the base is 5.5 by 4.25. I have a layer for the background, which is 5.25 by 4. And for the panels, we have one at 4 by 3.5 and one at 3.5 by 3. These are going to be scored in a minute. Then we have two patterned layers, one at 3.25 by 3.25 and another one by 2.75 by 2.75. We have two strips at 4 by 3/4 of an inch. I will put these measurements on my blog so you're not left floundering. Then you can basically do what you like for the front. For this one I've put a die cut on foam with a sentiment at the top. I'll do more or less the same, but this time I'm using a circle that I've cut out using a die. So I'm going to put these away for the time being. We don't really need the base just yet. That actually goes on last. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take my little scoreboard. So this is 4 by 3.5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to score down at 1/2 inch. On the long side, on the 4-inch side, I'm going to score at 1/2 inch. And on the next panel, the 3.5 by 3, on the long side, the 3.5 side, I'm going to score at 3 inches. So they've both been scored at 1/2 inch in. And that's it. You don't have to do any more scoring or cutting. That's all we need to do. Now these need to be folded and creased. Give them a really good crease. Same with this one. You can decorate these whenever you like. I might as well do it now. So the way that's going to work is that this is going to go on there like that, and you've got the right panel that's going to go on there like that. So we need to make sure that these are the right way when we decorate them. So if you're using, for instance, directional paper, then you need to make sure that you've got them the right way up. So this paper is non-directional, you can just put it on however you like. So I'm just going to stick that on there. I do tend to use liquid glue when it comes to fiddly bits like this. It just gives me a little bit of a chance to try and get it right. So because this glue is fantastic, Collall glue, but it does take a while to dry, so I'm going to put that over there. So we're going to take this piece and we're going to put the two strips on the top and the bottom of this background layer. Oops. It might actually help if I took the lid off the glue. Okay, leave that to dry. So now I'm going to sort out my little front piece here. I'm just going to use the same sentiments stamp. This is Spellbinders Seasonal Motif Sentiments. I used it on my last video as well. And of course I have to use my little stamp platform, or else I won't get it right. So what I've done with this is just taken a tiny little bit of ink on a brush and just put it round, just to give it a little bit of interest, make it not quite so boring. Oh, I should have really stamped this in brown, shouldn't I, instead of black, just to keep it coordinated. Never mind. Right, I think it's just a matter of trying to place these. I think I'll put them up on foam. Now we can bring this in. Don't forget that is going to go on there like that, so we need to make sure we have this the right way up. I was going to put it on foam, but I think I'll just stick this down flat. Just use whichever glue you feel comfortable using. You might want to use a glue runner or tape. I actually think I will use tape or glue runner for this, because when I did this on the last card, the glue splodged out everywhere. So yeah, I'm going to attempt to use my tape on this. Right, try and get this there before I flatten that down. I want to try and get it in the middle as best I can, and then flatten it down. Yeah, that's actually better, because the glue last time, as I said, just went everywhere. And that is going to go on there like that. So I'll do the same with this. Okay, now don't worry about that back bit, because we're going to sort that out. That's what this card base is for. Okay, almost done now. That's looking really nice, I think. Much better than the first one. So because a lot of the tutorials I saw, they actually used white for the card background. So what I would do is I'm going to cut some paper down and just have a strip in there, making sure it doesn't show, so that they can write the message on it. Now if you wanted to, you could stamp on there, you could put a little message on there, or some leaves or flowers or whatever you wanted. But that just covers that up like that. And there we go. The overlapping fun fold card. I think that looks really nice. But I'll tell you what I'm wondering now is, I think it would have been better if I made the background dark and these bits dark as well, and had the inside light. So I think I'm going to try that now, and then I'll come back and you can decide which one you like the best. Just a quick update. I am much happier with this one. So if you remember, I did that one with the light background and the dark inside, and no, that didn't sit right with me. So even though I prefer this front, I much prefer this. So I use the black background or the dark brown background, and the lighter patterned areas, and the light matte layer. That's so everyone can write the message on it. But I much prefer this one. But to be honest, that's not wrong per se, but I didn't particularly like that one. I'd be interested to know which is your favourite, to be honest. But I think I am going to put Velcro dots on both of these just to keep them closed. I'll quickly show you how to do that. So you get one of each. Now take whichever one first and put it on the flap that you want to close, sticky side down. I'm going to put it, oops, sort of in the middle. I mean, it's never in the middle when I do it. Then take the opposite side, and this wants to be sticky side up. The sticky side needs to be facing up. Put it over the top of that one. And then very carefully close it to where you want the closure to be. And that's basically it. That's quite easy to do. I love Velcro dots for things like this because even though I've used thin card, it is still quite bulky. I don't know if you can see there, it does have quite a lot of layers on and it's quite bulky. It should still fit into an envelope, but I don't know how much this would cost to go through the postal system. This one actually is not quite as bulky as this one, so perhaps that brown card is a bit thicker than the light one I've used there. But now you can just open it using the Velcro closure there. So there we go. I don't know which one's your favourite, but I'd be very interested to know. So please drop me a line, drop me a comment, tell me which one you like the best. If you can give me any more ideas for fun folds that you would like to see, I will certainly have a go. Even though I'm not an expert, I will definitely have a go. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this has been helpful. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye now.